Welcome back to Bike Two Wheel World. Today, we're taking a close look at one of the most legendary names ever to appear in Yamaha's motorcycle lineup, the Yamaha VMAX. This review focuses on the idea of a 2027 Yamaha VMAX, but there is an important point to make before we begin. Yamaha has not officially announced the production 2027 VMAX with confirmed specifications on pricing. The last widely documented production VMAX was the 2020 model, so the details we discuss for 2027 should be treated as an informed look at what a modern VMAX could represent rather than confirmed factory specifications. The previous VMAX remains famous for its enormous V4 engine, aggressive styling, strong straight-line performance, and unmistakable personality. The VMAX name has always meant something different from an ordinary cruiser. When the original arrived in 1985, Yamaha created a motorcycle inspired by American drag racing culture, emphasizing dramatic acceleration and a muscular appearance. Over the years, the VMAX became a flagship performance machine and developed a loyal following because it combined cruiser attitude with technology and performance that could surprise almost anything in its class. Yamaha's later generation VMAX continued that philosophy with a 1,679cc liquid-cooled V4 engine, aluminum chassis, electronic engine management, shaft drive, and a distinctive body that looked more like a machine built for intimidation than transportation. So what could the 2027 VMAX mean in today's motorcycle world? The answer begins with the design. The VMAX has never been shy. Its appearance is dominated by a long, low, muscular silhouette, a substantial fuel tank area, a broad rear section, exposed mechanical character, and a riding position that immediately tells you this is not a lightweight commuter. A future VMAX would have to preserve that visual identity while bringing the styling into the modern era. Imagine a new generation with sharper bodywork, compact LED lighting, premium metal finishes, a more sculpted fuel tank design, and an even more purposeful stance. The key would not be to make the motorcycle look futuristic simply for the sake of it. The VMAX has always succeeded because its styling communicates power before the engine even starts. A 2027 interpretation should therefore remain recognizable from a distance. At the front, the motorcycle would likely continue the VMAX tradition of a powerful-looking headlight and wide stance. Modern LED technology could make the lighting signature thinner and more distinctive, while still retaining the aggressive expression that has become part of the VMAX identity. The front suspension and large brake hardware would add to the performance-focused appearance. From the side, the VMAX would be all about proportions. The engine would remain the visual centerpiece, while the frame, exhaust system, wheels, and suspension would create a mechanical appearance that feels purposeful rather than decorative. The original and later VMAX generations both demonstrated how important the engine's presence is to the motorcycle's character. Yamaha's 2008 redesign, for example, placed a 1,679cc V4 into an aluminum frame while maintaining the basic VMAX identity. Move toward the rear and the wide tire becomes another major part of the visual personality. The previous VMAX used the 250/18 rear tire, giving the motorcycle an imposing rear stance. A modern successor could retain a broad rear tire while using a contemporary wheel design and updated suspension packaging. Now let's talk about the most important part, the engine. The previous generation VMAX was powered by 1,679cc, 65-degree V4 engine with double overhead camshafts, 4 valves per cylinder, liquid cooling, and fuel injection. Yamaha's official historical information lists the engine at 147.2 kilowatts and 166.8 Newton-meters for the 2008 Japanese market specification, while contemporary U.S. coverage described the later machine as producing more than 170 claimed horsepower and around 100 pound-feet of torque. Exact output figures vary depending on specification and measurement method. That engine is the heart of the VMAX experience. It isn't simply about having a large displacement number. The V4 configuration gives the motorcycle a character that is different from a traditional parallel twin or V-twin cruiser. There is a deep mechanical presence at low engine speeds, but the engine also has the ability to build serious power as the revs rise. A hypothetical 2027 VMAX would need to preserve that character while meeting modern emissions, efficiency, refinement, and electronic requirements. Yamaha could potentially use an updated V4 architecture, advanced fuel injection, ride-by-wire throttle control, revised combustion technology, and sophisticated engine management. But whatever technology is used, the objective should remain the same: instant response and a powerful, memorable engine experience. The previous VMAX also featured Yamaha's electronic engine technologies, including YCCT throttle control and YCCI intake technology. Yamaha's 2008 announcement explained that these systems were developed to provide a high level of engine response while maintaining the VMAX's performance identity. Performance is where the VMAX separates itself from ordinary cruisers. The old machine was engineered around acceleration, and its combination of a powerful V4 engine, aluminum chassis, sophisticated suspension, and shaft drive made it considerably more performance-oriented than its appearance might suggest. A modern 2027 VMAX, if Yamaha were to revive the name, would ideally offer strong acceleration from low and medium engine speeds while remaining controllable and predictable. Modern traction control and riding modes could make that enormous performance easier to manage. Instead of making the rider fight the motorcycle, electronic systems could help deliver the power smoothly under different conditions. A performance-focused riding mode could provide the sharpest throttle response, while a more relaxed setting could soften acceleration for everyday riding. A traction control system would also be a logical addition to a modern high-output motorcycle.